What's going on, everyone? This is ODC, it's me, and I'm here with another action figure review. This is my review of the Star Wars Black Series Special Forces Elite TIE Fighter 6-inch scale action figure and TIE Fighter. I'm actually doing the start of this review in my living room because I have no space in my collection room. So what I'm going to do is it's going to be like a two-part review. Probably going to do this in start this off in my living room and then try and head over to my review station and do it there. But here's the box. It looks really good. It has a picture of the TIE Fighter. Sorry for the glare here. I'm trying to keep this glare free. But as you can see, a nice clear picture of the TIE Fighter, and there's the action figure down here. So it comes with a 6-inch action figure. On the side, it shows a nice picture of the TIE Fighter pilot. On the other side, it just has the number 1 as far as the first vehicle. And then on the back, you have a picture of the TIE Fighter and a bunch of other pictures of stuff on there, as well as a little read-up where you can pause that and read it. If you so choose, you can pause it and read it. Not sure how well this is showing up, but there's some more pictures of the TIE Fighter itself. Let's not waste any more time. Let's just let's crack this big boy open, and we will get to the review right after this. Okay, and we're back with the TIE Fighter out of packaging, and this thing is I mean, absolutely huge. Here is my head in comparison to the TIE Fighter. It's absolutely massive, and yeah, wow! I am just so happy that Hasbro, gave us collectors the chance to get something like this. The fact that they released something like this goes to show how much confidence they actually have in this line, and it's really refreshing to finally get a vehicle at this size. It's amazing. I'm really fortunate. This is actually the second one that I bought because I'm so excited. The TIE Fighter is one of my favorite vehicles of all time. I love it. And it's so cool. I hope we get more vehicles in the future. But talking about this guy right here, it does come with a 6-inch action figure, as you can see right here. Sorry, I know this isn't the best lighting and the best review space, so I'll try to get my stupid head out of the way here so you can focus on the figure. But the figure is a nice 6-inch action figure, and I believe the only difference between this figure and the regular release, which is coming out in, I believe, Wave 3, is the painted lines going down the front, which makes him a Special Forces unit. I believe the other one is just straight up just painted black. But I think it looks really good. These goggles don't come down, they're just sculpted into the head. But I think it looks really good. He does come with a side, a little blaster, which you can't plug into anything as far as I can see. There's no holster for it, so he just kind of either has to hold it or doesn't hold it. I don't believe I see anything. There's no holster like the Stormtroopers on the side of the leg. There's no hole for you to peg it in. But I think it looks pretty cool. Really cool. And he does fit in the cockpit finally. Fine. With a little bit of finagling. But as far as his articulation goes, bear with me because I'm doing this thing backwards as I look into the camera here. His head does swivel side to side. It can look up about that far. I can look down. Let's see, we got some jive turkeys. Oh, we got some jive turkeys over here. His arms go up, and it's actually nice that the arms do go up that far. The shoulder pads actually go into the joint, which makes you able to move those arms in that fashion. Full 360 rotation at the arm, single bend at the elbow. He does have the swivel at the elbow as well. a wrist hinge, and a swivel. Sorry if I'm not on the camera here. It also does have the diaphragm joint, which we're all used to. Legs go forward. And they do go back a little bit. He does have upper thigh swivel, but you want to be, it's a little bit hindered by this strap going down here connecting to the leg. It does have double jointed knees. Single hinge at the foot. And that nice ankle rocker pivot that we all love. And 2 peg holes at the bottom of his feet. So, I mean, he looks pretty cool. He also does have some designs on the side, the First Order logo on the side of his shoulder pads. So, overall, I think this is a pretty decent figure. Like I said, if you missed out on this version, this is the Elite TIE Fighter. I also noticed he has a little bit of a gray, looks like scoring almost on his face there. But I think it looks really cool on both sides, actually. But pretty much I believe the regular release, there will be a regular release of the TIE Fighter. So if you didn't have a chance to get this or the TIE Fighter, you will have another chance to get the figure itself. So now that this little guy's out of the way, let's get to this. Now I have no idea I'm going to show you everything, but just bear with me here. This is just going to be fun. I would say the first thing to show would probably be the cockpit, which is probably the most interesting part of the figure. The canopy does come separate pieced. You have to put the antenna on, these blasters down here on, and you have to put the canopy on, and the 2 wings just kind of pop right in on the sides. On the interior portion, you know what I might actually do? I might actually just go pick up the camera here. So I'll pause this to save some time. Okay, I actually had to go back in my collection room to get the right lighting because my living room lighting was horrible. But as you can see, here's the interior of the cockpit of the Jesus, can't talk. Of the TIE Fighter. As you can see, there is a control panel right here. There is some painting going on throughout the control panel inside there. You can see some yellow plugs and stuff like that. And there are this is the, I would say, the gunner's seat, and then here we have the front of the TIE Fighter, and we have the pilot seat, which I'll try to get in there. Show you the pilot seat. You can actually get the pilot in there, and these clips right here are to actually keep the pilot staying in. So once you get if you do happen to pick this setup, you could also wait for the Wave 4 TIE Fighter pilot, and you can have the Wave 4 TIE Fighter pilot as the gunner, and then have the Elite pilot in here as well. So pretty cool. It looks really good, I think. I'm going to pause this. I'm going to flip it around so you can see the pilot's seating area. Okay, and here's the front of the I would say the cockpit of the where the pilot would be seated. And there's some painting in there as well. So that's pretty impressive. He also has some displays right here, which they are painted in there. I'm trying to get so you can see them. It's like a red display in there if you can't see it. I can't do anything about this lighting. Nothing wants to help me out today. But there you go. There is the interior of the TIE Fighter cockpit. Now, as far as the rest of this stuff goes, articulated features. This antennae, I believe, is not supposed to be moved. Not supposed to rotate forward. It's just supposed to stand up, but it can rotate. So there's that. It just really sucks trying to get this thing in some sort of lighting position to give you guys some better looks at this, because this thing's so huge. I mean, it takes up so much space. This is my review table. And this is my review table right here, and that's how much space it's taking up. It's huge. Look at it compared next to my shelf. It's absolutely massive. Okay, I had to flip everything around, not trying to waste anyone's time here. But he does have these other cannons, or I should say blasters, or whatever you want to call it, cannons at the bottom that do swivel. They have these two front cannons, which are actually molded into the body of the vehicle here. So, I mean, it's pretty well equipped. I think it looks really good. I'm going to attempt to get a TIE Fighter pilot in there. So, if you guys want to bear with me, I will try and pop him in there, and we'll take a closer look at that next. Okay, didn't really take that long to get him in there. You just kind of have to buckle his knees, pretty much really use those double jointed knees, and buckle those in, and then kind of seat him, put him flush forward, and then kind of pop him right in, and he should clip right in there, no problems. I don't have any issues with that clip that holds the pilot in there ever breaking. It's a pretty strong clip, so you'll never have to worry about that. You can get his hands onto the joysticks, which I'll show you in a second, but I think he looks really good in there. And let me just get some lighting in there so you can see him. There he is. Hello, Mr. TIE Fighter. There he goes, and hello. So I think it looks really good in there, and I can't wait to get another TIE Fighter pilot and just kind of have both of them in there at the same time. It's gonna be so awesome. Man, I'm just so pumped to see some more vehicles and just how well this is actually detailed paint wise. I mean, I know my lighting isn't the best here with this, but there is some actual detail and dry brushing going on throughout the panels here on the side of the TIE Fighter, and also throughout some of the front of the fascia of the vehicle as well. I think it looks really good. They did a really good job, especially on the red. The red even has some black dry brushing going throughout the sides here to give it that weathered, kind of battle-ridden vehicle look. I think it looks really good. You do have some red painting for the blasters and the cannons. I think that looks really well done, really good as well. What else? Let me try and flip this guy to the side here. I gotta pause it again to do some maneuvering, so bear with me. Okay, and we're back, and you can't really tell with my lighting the way I have to pose. I'm actually holding onto my lighting lamp right now, and I have my camera in the strangest position. I wish you guys could see this, there is some nice weathering going throughout the panels here, even in these gears. Yes, and actually, in a galaxy far, far away, they did use Phillips head, so not much has changed. What's really cool is the fact that I'm going to try and do this with one hand here. The silver paint that they're using right on the side there, that's not actual plastic, that's silver paint right there, and right there, and over here. So, I mean, this thing isn't bare bones. It's not really all plastic. There is a lot of dry brushing going throughout the wings here, or the panel, I should say, the panels here for the TIE Fighter, and I think it looks really good. This is a very well done vehicle set, I think. Now, as far as drawbacks go, obviously the price is going to be a huge drawback. $169 is a lot of money to spend. And for most collectors, you know, that aren't real big Star Wars fans, aren't going to want to spend $169 on this. But the other problem is the size. Where am I going to put this thing? I have no idea. So, but I love it. If you have the money, I would totally recommend it. I think it might be a little bit overpriced. Maybe around $129 would have been better. $150. Maybe around $129, $140 would be reasonably priced for how large this is, and it comes with a figure with an accessory, which is nice. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I love it. I'm going to geek out with this thing all day and just watch football the rest of the day. Pretty much, this is an awesome set, and if you, like I said, if you can afford it, I would say pull the trigger. Yeah, it's a beautiful set. So with that being said, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for watching as always, and I will see you guys on the flip side.